Usually what I do is just put some Vaseline or Silicide, same thing, on it. What I did is I put a bead of silicone around both of these. This is an area that they're prone to leak, all the forums I looked at. And it's kind of, what you want to do is you want to start this bolt and this bolt, not this side. And you're going to need some weird wobbles and stuff like that to get this thing in there and tightened down. Go ahead and get it sucked in there. Then, the hard part is getting these bolts started here. Oops, sorry, that's a nut on that side. Some of the forums I read said that you tighten the bottom ones down and that'll allow you to start the top ones. We're going to find out here. Some sort of flexible device is going to help you a lot trying to get these torqued down. You could get to these with a wrench if you absolutely had to. It'd feel a lot better if I could actually torque the things. Because if you look real close before it being tightened down inside there, it's not seated very good. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't get these started. Really dang careful you don't cross thread stuff, because this is aluminum, and that'd be very easy to do. That one started. And some sort of flexible deal like this works really good for getting stuff in and tightened down. Just going to run it in a little ways, and then I'll see if I can get the rest of them started before I go to tightening stuff. I do know once these are started, you want to tighten the bottom ones first, because that'll help pull it down. It's like a V shape. And I got two more here. Let's see if they're going to start for me. Well, it seems like it. Like I said, be careful you don't cross thread them. Just run them in by hand. I absolutely would not use an impact gun on this. You will regret that. Yeah, now I'm going. Got one more here. Same thing. It's kind of a pain to get to. I think this would be the easiest one, but trying to get stuff lined up is the problem. Pretty sure it's started. We're going to see if we can't get it to run in. Wobble extensions or wobble sockets will help you out a bunch on this too. I'm going to run them down close on all these top ones, so they're close but they're not tight. Same with that one. I'll back that off just a little. And this one I really can't even get on it very good. Let's see if I use a wobble extension here. So you put this on there and it wobbles. That's not going to do it, so I'm going to have to find a torque adapter or something along those lines. Okay, I'm going to use a wrench. Ratcheting wrenches are worth their weight in gold in a lot of these places like this. Same thing on this one. I'm going to run it down close, back it off. I'm going to run these bottom nuts down, swivel in there. And this one I'm going to walk out. I'm able to actually get on it here. Torquing these can be kind of troublesome if you're not careful. Okay, I got that one to snug up. Same with the other side. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. Trying to get this bottom one tightened up. You get silicone all over yourself because that's just how silicone is. If we get it close, I'll figure out how I'm going to torque them. Okay, that one's snug. Okay, I'm going to do the same with this one. Snug it up. Over here, snug this one up. Okay, I've got a wobble set up here. I'm on this lower one here, so I'm going to go ahead and do it first if I can get to it. I've already got the socket on it. So these torque to 89 inch-pounds. And they're kind of a goober to get at. You definitely don't want any leaks here. Other thing you got to be kind of careful of, you get at angles of some sort, especially with an angle socket like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten both sides on the passenger side first on the lower, then I'll go to the driver's side lower. 89 inch-pounds is not very much. I'll go around and check everything when we're done as well. This is one of those spots I wish I had a ratcheting torque wrench, but I don't. It's small. Okay, I got on this one. I've got a combination of stuff trying to get into it. I don't really want to use my flexible tool to do this if I can help it. My torque will be all kind of screwy. You're going to get a lot better torque this way. Be careful you don't strip stuff out. This would be a lot easier actually if this had Allen bolts in it or something along those lines. Once you get it in there, it's kind of a goober to get out. Make sure you keep the old handy dandy magnet up. There we go. Go ahead and get this one over here. Extensions don't change your torque unless you change your angle like we're doing here a little bit. But notice I'm trying to keep everything straight when I do the torque. See how that's straight? Okay, those are torqued. And since I did that side, I'm going to come up here next. This back one, I think I'm going to have to get a crow's foot on to torque it. So go ahead and do this one first. Okay, what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to run it down with a wrench as far as I can. And then I'm almost going to have to field torque this. I don't have a torque adapter here, which would make this nice. When you use a crow's foot like this on a torque wrench, you want it at 90 degrees from the wrench. So if you put it out here, you're going to over torque it. If you put the opening back here, it's going to under torque it. Yeah, I turned this a little bit so I didn't over tighten it. Just to be safe, back it off once. And then we'll go ahead and run this. If I did over torque it, it wasn't by a whole lot. Quite honestly, there's not a lot of difference between, because this is 89 inch-pounds, even if we went to 100 inch-pounds, it wouldn't make that much difference. So this one, I'm going to have to get a different socket. We'll go ahead and do this one while I'm set up. There, it clicked. I'm going to double check that. I'm going to go double check everything I can here. I'm not turning much. Go down here and do this one. Don't really need to recheck them because they shouldn't have changed, but the way this is designed, it makes me a little nervous, so I want to double check everything. This one we can get through here. Okay, that's torqued. Last one we got to get is down over here. See if we can be magical and get this. It turned a little bit, so I'm going to go around one more time just to make sure, but that's how you install the Y bridge. If it were the factory, it wouldn't have this, so it'd be a lot easier to get to these bolts because you would actually slip the tube in here. This is a lot smoother airflow. The tube that slides into the Y bridge on the other one is prone to leaking, so just a lot better all the way around.